is Aoife Deane and this is the Happy Weight Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. It is absolutely roasting in here, so I have blinds down and I'm like trying to stay cool, but hope it's nice where you are. And today I want to talk about some holiday tips if we are going on holidays and if we intend on getting out of eating and weight issues. So first thing we have to start with, oh, and by the way, please like and subscribe, that would be massive. First thing is we can't do what we've always done. So there's some typical things we do when we have a weight problem. So the first thing is at the thought of the holiday, we'd be like, oh my God, this holiday now I'm going to be the same size or not bigger. So first mistake there, create a visualization for the wrong thing. We're visualizing outcomes that we do not want. And the way the reticular activating system in your brain works is like Google Maps. You put in the destination, it will figure out the how and like all the little steps in between. So you do not want to be putting that in as a destination. You do not want to be imagining yourself by the pool, feeling crap, or on the plane home, feeling massive, or whatever else. You kind of need to get your GPS right anyway as to like what would be a lovely visualization that you do want. And we'll get onto that more in a bit. Then what people would do also maybe in a weight problem, or what I certainly done, is try and scrimp and diet and be good and cut out foods before the holiday, ensuring that then on the holiday you are an absolute beast unleashed. Like it's such a kind of basic thing we get wrong, I think, in weight problems. Oh, I just noticed my niece painted one hand. I really should have taken that off. Oh, a major mistake we can do is that we scrimp on food in order to then get to a balanced place with food. And of course, we can never scrimp in order to get a balanced place with food. If we scrimp on any food, we will be then a beast unleashed. So if our happy ever after is to be someone without a weight problem with a good relationship with food, we have to start as we mean to go on. Like the sooner we stop cutting out foods and being weird, the sooner we'll have all of this figured out. So that's another thing someone would do. Another thing is they might pack their suitcase full of clothes that don't really, don't make them feel good. So that is another one. Fat is a feeling, not a size. And as long as we're settling for that fat feeling and we're building a life around our fat feeling, we might have like a bathroom scales in the bathroom. So every time we walk into the bathroom, we feel fat. We might have a wardrobe full of clothes that don't fit us, should fit us, don't fit us, like the opposite of Marie Kondo. And that makes us feel fat. We might have newsletter subscriptions. So every time we open our email or our social media and our For You page, it's all stuff that only someone with a weight problem would kind of keep in their life. And that's very unique to us. We are the only ones who could know when we look at something, does it bring us fear or does it bring us love? Does it make us feel like we're closer to our goal or does it make us feel like we're moving further away? So what we first of all want to do is, like I said, we want to set our GPS, right? So I think we want mini goals. We want to know what they would look like. So I suppose when I had eating and weight issues, I focused on the nutrition, and the nutrition doesn't really matter. It's how someone uses food to feel, and it's not what you eat, it's why you eat. So if you're eating this because I'm fat and I'm never going to lose weight, or I'm eating this because when I get home from this holiday I'm going to be good again, that's all. Your why is a weight problem why, basically. So the why we eat food needs to be coming from a place of feeling good. So I suppose when we're setting our GPS to what we do want, I kind of think first step is, there's actually so many mini milestones, isn't there? Because it's kind of like, as you're packing your suitcase, how do you want to feel as you're packing your suitcase? And I think what comes into this a lot is high self-esteem, queen energy. If you had like high self-esteem, queen energy, how would you be feeling as you were packing your suitcase? And what totally goes into that is, obviously, if you're a queen, you would be putting clothes into that suitcase that make you feel good. And I think, like, and I did this myself when I was coming out of eating and weight issues, a deep cull of your wardrobe. And even if you're down to 3 outfits and you feel very good in all of them, or you've just one swimming suit and you feel very good in it, great. Because there are many hurdles getting out of eating and weight issues. We don't need extra ones. And clothes at the end of the day are a choice. We are choosing to put on clothes that make us feel fat or in the wrong place. And you can't use any excuse for that, because of course there's people sizes bigger than you that have a wardrobe full of clothes that make them feel good. So that's really a standard that can drop and causes a lot of weight gain. So anyways, back to the suitcase. That's another milestone. We're feeling good packing our suitcase, and it's all high quality stuff in our suitcase. By high quality, I mean Marie Kondo again. It brings us joy when we look at those clothes or we put them on. And I think a lot of milestones as well are how you feel on the flight. And so then when we have the destination of how we want to feel by a specific time, then we'll figure out what we can and can't do in order to feel that way by that time. Another one that was huge for me is because I would have done the whole like, well, screw it now, I'm on holidays, anything goes. So really low standards for food, certainly not clicking into what tastes good to me, what makes my tummy feel nice, what's worth it to me. There was no like individual thinking. It was all just anything goes, good day, bad day kind of mentality. So I would have been feeling pretty gross pretty quick. I could have even been feeling gross by day one, because maybe even coming up to the holidays, I would have been like, oh, all bets are off. Doesn't look like I'll have lost any weight, before the holidays. So what I might as well do is start the overeating now and really go hell for leather on holidays and then be good when I get back. And this is why dieting causes more weight gain than weight loss, because all anyone's really practicing over the years of being good and bad is how to really overeat many, many days of our life. So instead, I suppose one of my goals was like, say, by night 2, my dinner is as delicious as night 1. And like by morning 3, my breakfast is as delicious as morning 1. Because, as you get progressively more overfed, food starts tasting and feeling more kind of pointless, and we can be in a hell of our own making, or at least I used to be anyway. So having those milestones of like, well, I'm definitely going to feel gorgeous still by Tuesday night and Wednesday, it just helps you keep your standards really, really high, because that if you're going to be walking into that restaurant feeling very nice, well, then you can't get away with a load of mindless stuff all day or things that aren't even your thing. And I think a major goalpost to think about is the feeling you'll have, on the taxi to the airport on your last day, on the flight home, or driving from Cork Airport or whatever, how you're going to feel then. Because it'd be really cool to be like, that was new, that was different, I played that slightly different and I feel quite well. And we have to remind ourselves of that, because there's an eating disorder part of our brain. And like this all like snowballed from really minor stuff long ago kind of thing, usually for most people. So when we're in it, we don't even realize how much we're in it. But the point of a holiday is that you feel really good after it. That's the point of a holiday. And see, we can have snowballed into our weight problem so much that we've lost sight of that. We're doing the whole like good day, bad day, good phase, on the wagon, off the wagon, that like we've forgotten the basics of food, that it's meant to make you feel better, that like food on holidays is meant to add to the memories, not give you all these gross feelings and guilt and regret. So another thing I think we need to do is we need to have, we really need to, I was saying this to a client this morning, because we would have done the black white thinking before, the good foods, bad foods, etc. It's all new when we're moving to just having very high standards for ourselves, for how stuff tastes and how we feel after it, how we want to feel by the end of the night, how we want to feel waking up, etc. Because that's always going to be a unique prescription, and you are your own best dietitian. You are the only possible person who could know your own what feels good in your body, how hungry or full you are, how stuff tastes, how food is going to make you feel in 20 minutes time after you eat it. You're the only person who knows your emotional needs with food today. Maybe you've tons of emotional needs from food today. Maybe you really need to be comforted by it, or maybe you don't at all. And then our social needs. And so we have so many things that come into it, and we are the only ones who could know these things, right? And therefore cultivate our perfect eating day to day. But a hangover from the good day, bad day mentality is that we just rock up to any eating that's going on at all. So I was saying to a client this morning, it's not just kind of like, you know, what's important to me in terms of, oh, I don't need the chips right now. It's just as important if someone is eating carrot and hummus, or if they're eating grapes, or if they're eating good foods. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what the nutrition is. It matters, do we need it or not? So this is, again, back to, it's not what you eat, it's why you're eating it. Are you using food to feel good? Or are you eating food coming from a place of, I'm allowed it, I'm not allowed it, it's bad or it's good? Because that's all kind of weight problem stuff. So we've gone over the clothes, we've gone over setting your GPS, we've gone over high standards for food. And I suppose the other thing is, see the whole thing as practice. This is a jumping off point. There's a massive difference between someone losing weight, because if you lose weight, like the goal of losing weight, first of all, many people have already achieved that. They'll lose the same stone over and over again in their life for 40, 50 years. So weight loss is not a good goal, because subconsciously we always want to find whatever we lose. You lose your keys, you lose your mind. That will be episode 9 of the Happy Weight podcast, by the way. I have really good hypnotherapist. That's not me talking about all of this. But a better goal is, we are definitely moving forward to becoming our ideal weight. We're having great relationship with food. We're going to have absolutely lovely holidays, and we're going to feel good in our body. So we're using this first holiday with this new mindset as a jumping off point. No one needs it to be perfect. Perfection is part of disordered eating. Perfection is, it's a good day. No, actually, I'll call it a bad day. All those neat, clear lines of good foods, bad days, good days, bad days, that's the perfectionism that causes weight problems and disordered eating. So we don't want perfection. We want to learn on the job. We want to be in messy situations, and we want to figure it out. And there's no day we have to throw away. There's no day that we have to write it all off as bad, because we have a right to feel well in our body. We have a right to feel well in 20 minutes time, an hour's time. If we feel bloated, if we feel overfed, if we did binge last night or an hour ago, well, then even more reason we deserve to do whatever we need to do to help our body feel good again as soon as possible. So that kind of gets rid of that good food, bad food mix. So I hope today's episode really helped. Like I said, I'm kind of sweltering in the heat, but thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next episode. Mwah.